Big shot from Anil Kumble. Lifted well forward and outside the line. I'm not sure how far that ball's going to come back. And an adventurous sweep shot from Andy Blicknett.
Middle again, please. Yes, you got middle there. Kumbal, come boys, come on. Chalo yaar, number 7 boys. Come on boys, come on. Oh. Stop, Kumbal. Stop, bhai, बहुत बढ़िया भाई. Anil. चलो यार गोलन भाई कुंबल बॉस गो लेट्स
Oh, has a big slog at that. Luckily gets the inside edge past leg stump. So the 50 partnership comes up. 137 for 6.
জল এখন গরম হয়
137 for 6. Zahir Khan continuing. Just starts off with a bouncer at Blicknott. This should be interesting. The reply.
Lost shot, the last over, illustrated why Hamilton Masakadze has had a disappointing series. This is a good bouncer from Zahir Khan. He's definitely going to be fired up here. Knows he should have had a 4th wicket. But that last shot, the last over, showed why Hamilton hasn't been able to go on. Batting really well, keeping it tight. And then a very adventurous shot at what looked like an innocuous delivery. Hamilton Masakadze been batting really well. Then it looks like a slider from Anil Kumble, and he's just had a big swipe at that. Disappointing shot considering how well he has been batting. And that's the transition he needs to make if he's going to make the runs that he looks like he can make at Test cricket. Really needs to take that step up and make the big scores. And from Zimbabwe's perspective, Andy Blicknett playing some real good aggressive shots. I'd like to see a bit more fight from him. Really try and dig in and get past the Indian turtle. Try and force India at least to bat again. He has got the ability to make good scores at this level. And Zimbabwe just like to see, from just a team point of view, him digging in and trying to bat and get past India's first innings turtle and forcing them at least to bat again. Zahir Khan searching for that LBW, that ball a bit fuller, but just swinging down the leg side, and a bit of an inside edge for Andy Blicknett.
That's well struck. Sixth boundary, fifth boundary for Blicknott. Over 100 runs already in this session.
This is a good shot from Andy Blicknott. He's just waited on it. It's coming on the angle, swinging back into him. Not a lot of footwork, but a more controlled shot, and well placed past mid-on for 4.
141 for 6.
Good spell. Jamil,
141 for 6. Anil Kumble will continue this partnership worth 56. It's quietly played away for a single. And to tell you more now in the commentary box, Arun Lal is with Kwame Mbangwa.
Thanks, Ravi. So this has got to be the fastest scoring session of the series. Zimbabwe are really playing their natural game. Everybody's coming in and making use of those very close-in fielders with the huge gaps available in the outfield. So they're playing their normal game, albeit a little lucky, especially Blicknott. That also must be a record of sorts. That can be close, or is it high? Ball angled in, just didn't offer a shot.
Can be a dangerous ploy. Shoulders, arms to the ball coming in towards the stumps. The umpire has to be sure that it's going to hit the stumps. But the ball is going towards the stumps, so you're better served playing with your bat.
Well, it was headed in the right direction, but the umpire has got to be sure beyond all reasonable doubt, and there was enough doubt there. Still had to travel about 9 feet to the stumps. Whether it would hit or not was anybody's guess. Goodness me, he's living dangerously, Blicknott. But he's got 36 of 37 balls now.
He's looking for room. That's why Anil Kumble has come around the wicket so the ball can be going into him. The first shot he played from Anil Kumble going around the wicket, the ball a bit too full, was a fabulous shot.
He wants one.
He's looking for one. But there definitely isn't a run there. Just plays this onto the outside, probably running because he's got it at the middle of the bat. Back in quite safely. The fielding done by Harbhajan Singh. Swiftly across the ground that time.
End of a Kumble over. It's 142 for 6.
Wherever pain takes you, Solpadeine Plus has the power to bring you back. Solpadeine Plus, the power to bring you back from pain.
So 20 overs have been bowled today and 103 runs have come. So this has been very exciting stuff. 2 wickets fallen, lots of catches gone a-begging, plays and misses. A hat-trick of catches, 3 catches in 3 balls. I've never seen that happen before.
It was quite incredible, actually. Andy Bluchnote, the batsman. Zahir Khan was the bowler, getting the ball in a decent area, and first of all to second slip, then to third, and then to first, but the keeper decided to get in front of first slip.
Well, it's a hat-trick of missed catches rather than catches. Take a look. That's the first. In and out. That was second slip. There was Jadhav. And then it was Sehwag at third. Then was going to first. And Karthik managed to get a glove on it and put it down.
Yeah, this is the last of them. Rahul Drav, it looks like he's got it covered. But keeper Karthik has a go.
Spare a thought for Zahir Khan, the bowler, who's bowled a 10-over spell today. He bowled 8 yesterday, 10 today, and so 18 in a row. Should have got more wickets, but now it's Harbhajan Singh who's replaced him, so we have spin at both ends now. That they've all gone up, but if Harbhajan didn't hear it, definitely the umpire wouldn't have either. He was behind him.
It's the other one. Hamilton Masakadza is expecting this to turn back into him. It doesn't. It goes straight on. And it's a tentative appeal, first of all, from Dinesh Karthik.
A slip, a silly point on a short leg. Again the one that goes away, but he'll get him runs this time, 4 of them. So that spoils the maiden over. It's 146 for 6. India lead by 205, so another 60 runs and India would be batting again. In fact, 59. They would be batting again. So Zimbabwe have gone about it the right way. They've not been shackled. They're just going for the runs and exploiting the gaps in the field. And suddenly they're within sight of avoiding that innings defeat. That is a big hit. There's no deep mid wicket. He's pulled it from outside the off stump. There's a lot of height on it. It just may not reach. And it doesn't. It stops on its own. And they get 3.
It really has been a situation here where Zimbabwe have looked for runs. They lost an early wicket in Heath streak. But Charles Coventry coming to the crease and playing some shots, and also Andy Bluchnote to some good effect. Coventry looked good before he just chipped that one to mid-on. Has looked good in patches throughout the series. Looked very good in the one days, getting a big score. Andy Bluchnote now on 39 of 41. His partner Masakadza 2 away from a half century.
Masakadza has been struggling of late. He's got obvious talent. So this will do him some good if he can get a big one here. Not only save the innings defeat. And that is a huge hit. That's gone all the way. That is 6. Big hit by Masakadza. That also brings up his 50.
What a way to bring it up. applause from the change room. Congratulations from his batting partner, Blicknote. He's fought hard through this. Wickets have tumbled at the other end. His third Test 50.
Well, I seem to be lucky for Masakadze. I was there when he got his last 50 in Chittagong doing commentary. So were you, for me? Yeah. He should actually hire us as his manager. We could really add to that average of his.
Let's get them now, 21 boys.
An opportunity to get to 3 figures. What he'll need is a partner at the other end to go with him. Andy Blicknote providing good support at present.
That's smart. Nobody's saving a single there, so they take it. 157 for 6.
Here's a look at how Hamilton Masakadze has played to get to 50. Loves that onside. Anything on his pads he puts away, but has also played shots all around open spaces on that offside, and the bowlers pitching the ball up and giving him opportunities to drive. That's how he brought it up. A huge hit over the mid-wicket boundary. Very well played indeed.
So Masakadze would be relieved. He's got runs all around the ground. Hasn't really favoured one side, but it's definitely square of the wicket. A 6 and a 4 at mid-wicket region, a couple of boundaries, those extra cover drives. So he will be relieved because he's been through a lean time. There was talk of him being dropped from the team as well.
Not just talk, he was dropped from the team and actually dropped from the squad and then brought back. Swing and a miss.
Karthik's had a bit of an indifferent, ordinary day, I'd say, today. He's been keeping very well, kept very well in the first innings, but just not being able to focus at the moment. Catch it was the call, but it's gone for 4. Irfan Pathan tried, but in vain. It was a little bit away from him. Runs keep mounting.
It's short, and Blicknote gets onto it. The hands through it. Not worrying about keeping it down. There's a gap on that offside. He just has to beat the man at backward point, and he does quite comfortably in the end.
That's the one that goes straight on. But obviously the angle wasn't enough for it to go and hit the stumps.
It was a polite inquiry. Straightens, so he's never going to hit the stumps. One senses there's a little bit of frustration in the Indian camp. Those fielders out there would have been expecting to come up, wake up this morning, come here and wrap things up in pretty quick time, and an early wicket might have suggested that as well. But first of all, Coventry along with Masakadze, and then now Blicknote with Masakadze have decided to get a few runs, have decided to take it to the Indians.
I think the inevitability, once that starts creeping into your demeanor, it can affect your performance. Hence those dropped catches. It's 161 for 6.
If Ross International brings you a heartwarming love story, Dil Jo Bhi Kahe. featuring Amitabh Bachchan, Bhumika Chawla, introducing Karan and Annabelle. Out on 23rd September in cinemas nationwide.
Now they've thought about it and have got a deep mid-wicket fielder moving into position. That's Harbhajan Singh. They don't have a short mid-wicket, so it's an in and out field. There are 3 close-in catchers, and then they have these deep fielders on the onside. For the defensive shot, they've got these close catchers for the bat pad, and then when they've also got now cover for that slog sweep that got him 6, Masakadza. That could be close, but it's a played ball. Looks like an inside edge onto pad.
Yeah, sounded like an inside edge. Hamilton Masakadza stood there and was going nowhere, giving a clue to the umpire that, well, I don't think you should give that out. Well, it's also high. Got a bit of a rough one in the first innings.
Couldn't quite make out whether there was an inside edge or not, but you're right, there was definitely enough doubt in there to suggest it may have been going a little high.
Oh, boys, come on. Come on, boys. Stop bowling, Albay, stop bowling.
Hamilton Masakadza said he got a bit of a rough one in the first innings. Marginal, it's hitting him on about leg stump and the ball swinging. Got a way to go still. And judged out. Umpire Dar felt that it would have hit the leg stump. Masakadza certainly felt he was a little bit unlucky.
Maiden over bowled. It's 161 for 6.
I don't have to listen to you, Cameron. Not even you, me,
Harbhajan Singh once again round the wicket. There is a deep mid wicket in place for him as well. So it's a similar field. If you can play against the break, you can take a single. That's the onside field. But you're not going to be getting a boundary with that slog sweep. That'll be a run. He's coming back for the second. That's very good running indeed. Leg buys.
Gave the impression that he was just going to take one, and I think the fielder thought that as well. Well, drive at the fielder. Andy Blichnow just jogs that first one and then sprints back, catching the fielder unawares and comfortably getting through for 2.
Andy Blichnow seems to have settled down now. He's really got used to the conditions, feeling confident enough to go back to the off spinner, even though he's got that dusra that comes in and played late. So he's going to be a difficult person to dislodge now. Now that I've said that, you can expect anything. How did that happen? He didn't get an edge.
I'll tell you what, for all of you listening out there, we spoke a little while ago about how we were both there when Masakadza got 50 in Chittagong. Every time Arun Lal says someone's going well or is going to be difficult to dislodge, I think those were his words. The very next ball he gets out. That's a good shot.
What did I say?
Andy Blichnote, obviously not susceptible to Arun Lal's voodoo or whatever it is.
If my wife is watching, she'll be very pleased with what you had to say because she thinks I've got a terrible black tongue.
Not surprised.
There you are, a controlled sweep this time by Andy Blichnote. He's looking very good now, 49 to him in just 54 deliveries. It's 168 for 6. And 5. That's 37 runs required now to make India bat again. Who would have thought it would be possible when the day began? They've really scored these runs very quickly indeed. ...129 runs have come in the session so far. That's the way to go. 83 have been put on by these two in 104 deliveries. Blichnote on 49. He wants that single at mid-wicket. He's going onto the back foot, attempting that.
And Kumble knows that, and so is bowling a little bit wider. He's paying attention to that field on the offside. He's trying to ask Blichnote to cut against the break, and maybe to even try and cut one that's a bit fuller than he thinks.
They should really get somebody to plug that single on the onside because it's really easy. It's coming in. That's it. There it is. It's just made it very easy for Blichnote. The angle of Kumble's deliveries are coming in, and it's a well-deserved 50, although he was part of that dubious record of being dropped 3 times in 3 balls, but he's held his nerve and he's played very well. That's his 6th 50, just in 57 balls. In fact, just what the doctor ordered for Zimbabwe under the circumstances. The faster one. One more to the total, so it's getting a little bit of a bother for Saurav Ganguly. This partnership is 85 runs. Now they're favourites to make India bat again, but you really need to break this partnership from India's perspective. It's gone on too long on this wicket, where there's something in it for the faster bowlers. There's a bit of bounce there for both these world-class spinners as well. But they're very comfortable, these two batsmen, at the moment. That's well read. That was the reverse, the wrong one. 43 gone. It's 170 for 6.
अतीत की धुंध से उभरी है एक साजिश।
मिस नेहा शास्त्री, यू आर अंडर अरेस्ट।
पर क्यों?
आपने अपने हस्बैंड का मर्डर किया है।
क्या?
क्या नेहा शास्त्री बन जाएगी जस्सी की तबाही? जस्सी जैसी कोई नहीं, सिर्फ सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन एशिया पर।
provided good support for Hamilton Masakadze, who's also got 50 at the other end. There's a look at his wagon wheel.
That's well played. Some work to do for Pathan. He's got it covered. He's restricted it to just 2. The good thing about this partnership has been that they've been very positive, always searching for runs. And that's why they're in this position. Suddenly India find themselves on the back foot. More runs. There's no fielder at point. Rahul Dravid chasing it, but they will get 3. They're very quick, the Zimbabweans, between wickets. All of them run very, very quickly. Every time the ball goes, and there's a little bit of chasing to do, you're going to be sure that they're going to come back for 3. They've definitely eked out at least 10 or 11 or 12 maybe runs, as I estimate, with just their brisk running between the wickets. Something's got to be done about that short mid-wicket fielder, because anytime the batsman goes on to the back foot, he's going to be able to take that single.
And they were looking for 2 here. Andy Blichnout hits that into a vacant mid-wicket position, and it's the short leg that's chasing it, and the man from a deep mid-wicket, so they're chasing the same ball, and Blichnout puts pressure on them, running the first one hard. In the end, just 1 though.
Two more. As soon as the batsman goes onto the back foot, the ball just sits up for him to place it or nudge it into some vacant area for runs.
There's no point in place as well, and Masakadze waits a really long time, so the ball almost goes past him, and then very late just nudges it into that point region. Very clever batting.
Another over possible before lunch. Swept that fine. Again Irfan Pathan chasing, but this time it is beautifully directed and with sufficient power to take it over the fence. Saurav Ganguly not amused. It's 182 for 6.
Middle.